Hello, my dear ladies. Hello, my beautiful women. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jane. I'm a life coach, a women's coach. In this channel, I speak a lot about self-development, understanding the self, how you can become a happy, fulfilled, and content woman. Today I have a very transformational and important topic, important speech to share with you, to all my beautiful audience, to all my beautiful women. In the last 2 weeks, I've been going through a profound transformation of myself, and probably it was one of the toughest time that I faced on my own journey. I believe that in life it cannot always be just sweet things and all about wins. Sometimes we need to fall. Sometimes we need to face certain situations in order to jump and grow even higher. And that's what was happening to me in the last 2 weeks. The topic that I decided to discuss today with you on my channel is about strong women, is about strength that the woman can possess. And does this strength place her well or no? There are so many women out there that were taught that to be weak is to be not lovable. And if you're weak, if you're asking for help, you are basically a burden to other people, a burden to a man. You live all your life with this pressure on your shoulders that you need to do everything on your own. You simply do not know how to ask for help, or maybe deep down this is what you desire. Maybe deep down this is your dream, to be that kind of a woman that receives all the help, all the best treatment from men, from the world, that lives this light life and that is able to be in her feminine energy, that flawless state, that state of being when she doesn't have burdens in life. I can tell you the truth that sometimes it's only you who are choosing this kind of life. The life when you need to put everything on your shoulders. The life where you need to constantly control everything, to be a doer, to be an achiever, because you simply do not know how to ask and how to receive. And this is a certain art, and not every woman actually is capable to do that. You live this kind of life and then you wonder, why am I so exhausted? Why am I so tired? Why no one is helping me? Why I need to do everything on my own all the time? Because deep down you're simply afraid to lose the grip. Because deep down you don't know how to ask. And even if you ask, this makes you uncomfortable. This makes you feel like you don't deserve this, or you will be a burden to another person. So many women want to change that situation. They come to coaches, they come to psychologists, they say, I don't want to be strong anymore. I want to be a woman, the real woman. But the truth is that you're choosing this kind of life by yourself. And that's why you attract men who are unable to help you. That's why you feel like you have the world on your shoulders, I realized that it's a choice. It's a choice. You can continue to be a strong woman. You can continue to live through your ego, thinking that only you can resolve everything, not even allowing men to show you their strengths, to show you their masculine power. Or at some point, you may decide to step back, to change, and to become weak. And actually, it would be your biggest wisdom. It would be your biggest strength. Weakness is not bad. It's a wisdom, especially for a woman. We are weak in our nature. We are weaker than men physically. Maybe mentally we can be stronger in some ways, but physically we are. And when you are trying to take the position of a man, when you are trying to control everything, when you believe that another person cannot give you what you want, what you need, give you help, give you safety, give you stability, you rob men from their masculinity. All my life I had to be a strong woman. I had to go through so many challenges on my own, in solitude. And of course it made me grow. Of course it made me wise, and it brought me where I am today. But at some point I realized, what's for? How long am I gonna occupy the position which is not mine by nature? And when I will decide to finally face my fear to be needy, face my fear to be vulnerable, face my fear to show the weakness to the man, that I'm actually not that strong, that I actually have emotions and feelings, that sometimes I need a helping hand, I need someone to be next to me, to nurture me, to love me. And when you are in control, when you occupy the position of a man in your life, it is impossible to be in that beautiful feminine state when you are calm, when you are at peace, when you are being, not doing. But the problem is that you're afraid. You're afraid to be weak. You're afraid to show your vulnerability. You're afraid to be a burden to another person. But let me tell you something. When you learn how to ask, when you learn how to receive from a man, you're giving the greatest gift to this man, because you are allowing him to step into his full masculine power. And strong men, they don't want to see another man next to them. They want to see the opposite. They want to see the polarity. They want to see something that they cannot succeed at. And they've already succeeded at doing, at achieving, at conquering. But what is hard for them to succeed at is at feeling, at nurturing, at loving, at enjoying, because they are constantly more in their mind, they're more rational. And of course, when they are with the woman, they want to feel this peace, They want to feel this joy. They want to feel this love that the woman radiates. And it is impossible to be in that state, to provide that for a man, if you occupy his position all the time. If you control, if you do, if you achieve, and if you always give, and you don't know how to receive. So when the man meets you and he wants to give you, he wants to pour his masculine energy into you. If you have this block within yourself that I'm not worthy of receiving, that I will be a burden to that man, he simply cannot fulfill his potential as a man and his purpose. So what is he gonna do? He will stay away or find another woman that will give him that feeling, the feeling that he is the hero, the feeling that without him she wouldn't feel great. Of course, as I speak all the time in all my videos, it's very important for a woman to have that masculine side as well. When you are achieving your goals, when you're creating a business, and overall in life, you never know. Sometimes you may have situations when you need to deal with things. But a smart woman is the woman that can show her weakness at the right moment and receive not through the force, but receive through her ability to be vulnerable, to ask for help. And if you ask, you will always receive. Maybe you ask one man, another man, there will always be a man that will get attracted to this kind of energy, because this is the polarity between masculine and the feminine. You need to realize that it is not scary to be weak. And if you will come to your weakness, if you will simply open your heart, yourself, to the man and show how vulnerable you can be, even needy in some situations, you will see that you will finally be treated like that woman who receives gifts, that woman who receives action from a man, that woman who receives support, who receives structure and stability. But before that, you need to make a decision. Do you want to be a strong woman and live in your ego, thinking that only you can do everything in this life and you don't need help? Or you can become a wise woman and realize that your weakness is actually your strength. Yesterday I've been just sitting in my hotel in the weirdest situation in my life, where my flight was cancelled, where I had problems with the visa, I couldn't exit the country, and I was just sitting there and I was crying. I was crying like crazy and telling God that I don't want to be strong anymore, that I don't want to hold this burden on my shoulders anymore, that I'm not afraid to be weak, that I'm not afraid to show how vulnerable I am and I can be. And that moment, I believe it was transformation happening, because I was releasing that self-belief that I cannot ask, that To be weak is something bad. And straight after I released that, I attracted someone who showed me the true masculinity, who showed me how it is to truly lean back and be at peace next to the man, next to the real man. So I'm transferring you this message because I want you to know that it is safe to be weak. It is safe to ask for help. It is safe to be vulnerable. And only in this lies your strength. Only in this you can find true contentment, by being feminine. True contentment of being a woman. This is your role. Not to hold everything on your shoulders every single day. You can share it with someone. It's time to share it with someone. And when you will be ready to receive, when will you be ready to open up to that vulnerability? This moment you will open up to the true gifts of your feminine energy, and you will see how easier life can be when you simply drop your ego, when you simply drop your fears of being unworthy, of being not enough, and transform it within yourself. Say to yourself that I'm so enough, I'm so worthy of all the support because I was born a woman, and this is my power to receive. This is the power that I can make my partner so happy and content, so in his purpose. Once I will lean back and give him the lead. Once I lean back, open my heart, and allow him to see me so vulnerable, so emotional, the real you. You don't have to be a rock all the time. You don't. You can be weak. You can be yourself. You can take that mask that you got when you were little. If you will be needy, if you will be weak, you would not be lovable. That's not the truth. And it takes only your decision to change the situation and to realize that you want to start living differently. And once you will realize that, the faster you will realize that, the faster you will get into the true contentment and your women's power. This is what I believe is the key. You don't have to be strong all the time. You can be weak. And in weakness lies your strength. A short message from me today, and I have actually a lot of other messages to share with you. So many insights, so many transformational realizations that came to me in the last week. And I will share it with you very soon. Thank you for being here today. Realize your power. Realize how lucky you are to be in the position of a woman, and allow yourself to receive unapologetically. Allow yourself to be who you truly are. a beautiful, magnetic woman. I love you so much and see you in my next video. Bye bye.